Hi everyone, happy Valentine's Day. This is Blanca. You know, when I got this orchid that I'm looking at, the Rinca Stylus Peach Rare Form, I actually got this for Valentine's Day gift 3 years ago. Anyways, last night we had our society meeting and I took her in and she got a lot of nice comments and a lot of stares, looks, and beautiful. And look, I won a blue ribbon. That's actually my ribbon. I put it on, so I gave her my own blue ribbon. But you know what? What happened was last night they had an auction going on at the society meeting, so there was no awards going on, but a lot of members did bring their beautiful orchids in. Anyways, let me show you what's blooming in the pergola. Oh yes, before I show you, let me tell you that last night I met Vicky. She is another YouTuber. She collects orchids and she does videos on YouTube, and it was really nice to meet her. She's sweet. I met her and her husband. Well, as you can see, the plastic came off the pergola. And all the shelves that I had sitting here were moved outside except for that table and that little table. I got to get out of there to give me a little bit more room, because it was like right after I did the video, the following day we just said, oh my God, you know, it's like a steam bath in here. When I water the orchids, it was just so steamy hot, and I said I have to. So we took the plastic down. Hopefully we won't have any more cold days or cold nights. And look what I have in bloom. She's got 2 spikes. And you know, on pictures, this orchid really is so beautiful, but in photos, there's no, she looks flat, but she isn't. When you're really looking at her, there's a lot of details, or she's more like a little bit of a cup shape and not so flat. And her lip, you can see her lip, it's really pretty and soft. It's kind of fluffy there, and see what I mean by cup shape? So it's not like a fried egg. And that's what everybody keeps telling me. Oh, the fried egg orchid. All right, so that is the what is her name? Oh, it's the Dendrobium farmii. Okay, and then I also have that same little cattleya that I lost her tag, still in bloom. And back here I see, and I can't get to her, so I don't even know which one she is, but back there is a really pretty one, and she smells really good, and it looks like she's been in bloom for a while, but I just can't get back there now. And she's just one by herself. I also have in bloom my amethoglossum, Dendrobium amethoglossum. Let's see if I can focus on it. And she only has 2 spikes. That's one, and the other one is right there. And usually this orchid creates a lot of spikes, so I don't know what happened to her this year. I do have lots of oh, right here I have a little bloom here. It's an epidendrium. Let's see if I can see one of her it's not going to focus here too good. And I also have in bloom, well, my dancing ladies are almost spent now. And oh, can't leave this one out. And I can't put her name in here because I have her name and tag inside the house, but I'll type it on because I'm going to go ahead and make a new name tag. Isn't that precious? Absolutely beautiful. She is a BLC, and I cannot remember, but I'll type it on. So she is also a Cattleya Schambrochia mix, and absolutely gorgeous. And way back there, I have a few more in bloom. I'll have to bring her out. But anyways, what I was going to say is last night at our Orchid Society meeting, they had, oh look, I have buds here. Where are they? It's so hard to find something through the screen. There it is. At our society meeting, they had an orchid auction, and it was for a baby girl, and her name is Hazel, a beautiful baby, and I believe she's over 3 months old, but she's going to need a kidney transplant. So all the money that they collected from the auction was going towards the babies, or towards the family. And she's in my prayers. She's just a beautiful doll, absolutely gorgeous. I wish her the best. And anyway, so whatever the orchids sold for, it was all for a good cause. And I went ahead and I bid on one, and I got it, and I'll show her to you in a minute. Let me continue on back here, since now this is all open. I love this area here. It's nice and bright but not too sunny. And that cattleya there is just starting to bloom. And oh my god, I love this cattleya back here. Look at that. I absolutely love those blooms. And she is a Josephine Van Burl by D.R. Anik. Really pretty blooms. The colors are very striking. My Dendrobium nobile has a couple of buds there, and a few more on the end there. And I also have, these are long-lasting blooms. Kryptonite Park, what is that called? Kryptonite Parkside, I think. Really long-lasting blooms. And this is a terrestrial orchid, so it can actually grow in the ground. She's got two big spikes. And I have buds back here too. On a Dendrobium. I think that's my Dendrobium Fire Wings. So there's a lot to come here. This one, the blooms are almost gone. And I've noticed in lots of my orchids, I have some good sheaves here that are developing buds too. Oh, it's nice in here. I can feel the breeze. It's not so hot in here anymore. Even though we like skipped spring and we jumped right into summer. Oh, I see a nice big sheaf back there somewhere. Oh, yes. So there's a few, and there's one that's had a sheaf on it for such a long time, but it'll be a long time before it blooms. This purpuretta. Right there. And there are a few more somewhere. But anyways, let me get and show you what I did bid on the auction. Those are still in bloom back there. I haven't moved them. They're orange with a red lip. And up here I see more buds on a different one. I'm not sure what that is. And there was one more I was going to share, and I think I lost it. Let's see, where was it at? Oh, it's there's some more up here. The little yellow ones up there with a red tip lip. They just started opening. Oh, before I get there, look at this plant, how many blooms it's got. That is my Chinese lantern. I moved it over here behind, it gets more sun over here behind the pergola. Let's see. There. So it must like this spot here. It looks like my purple, really pretty purple, oh, what is that plant called? Oh, I can't think of her name right now. Bougainvillea. She's starting to put out some buds or blooms. And look at this, how many cat's tail. This plant loves it here. Look at this. Too bad, all these cattails, and it doesn't scare the rats away. Look at that. There's so many of them that, look at, these are just babies just starting right here. They kind of start out green and then they start turning pink or red. Here's one that's turning. See the green tip on it? Oh, God, that's a lot of tails on that plant. Oh, let me share her name because I don't think I have shared her name in the past. I'm not going to take it out of there, but I'll see if I can get in there. Pretty blooms on that one too. All right, let's get on with my orchids. Oh, look. This is my Aceton that I got at Tamiami, and it has bloom. Very pretty, absolutely beautiful. Let's see, it's got pretty details. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's got really pretty blooms. And it does have a fragrance. It's kind of like a lemony fragrance, but it's not a sweet, almost a bitter lemony fragrance. It kind of reminds me of lemons mixed with grass clippings, like when you mow the grass. So it's not a very pretty scent, but the blooms are surely beautiful. And this is her name. There it is. I got her from SVO's. Okay, and let's get on with my new cattleyas. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with this one here, this little one. It's the one I won in the raffle, and it's kind of like a miniature, I think. And you see, she's got new growth right about in the middle of the screen. And there is another one back there in about the middle of the screen. And this is her tag. I looked her up and she's pretty. She's a yellow orchid with an orange lip, and the outer part is like a burgundy. I found her on Odom's website. So she's pretty. All right, let's move on. This is the one that hubby bid on. I love it. I couldn't believe he bid on it. Yeah, I was sitting right next to him, and whoa, there he goes bidding on an orchid. It's beautiful. Look at that pretty detail. Okay, and I believe she is an old hybrid that's been around for a long time. And there's her tag. And the next one, I could not find much information on it. I'm doing a video, honey. Okay, and the next one, this is the one I couldn't control myself. When I first saw it, I said, I'm going to bid on it. And I had a price set in mind, but I don't know what happened because they started bidding. Chris started bidding right at the top of my budget. And I'm like, oh no. And I looked at hubby and I said, that's the one I really wanted. Here she is. Oh, let me get up here. Look how beautiful she is. Dark, beautiful, healthy green leaves, and the blooms are so pretty. A vivid red with orange in them. Look at that. I don't know how long she's been in bloom because they were donated, and this one was donated. That same has this pink one here. They were donated by Bill Nunez, and he grows his own orchids, and I think he has hybridized his own orchids, and including this one. I think this is one of his because I could not find much information on it, but I just fell in love with it. Anyways, the bidding kept going higher and higher. It started at 50, and I'm like, oh, I really wanted that orchid. Oh well, that leaves me out of that. And hubby said, well, go get it if you want it, get it, you know. So finally, I don't know what happened. I just, when they said going once, going twice, and when he said twice, I panicked and I raised my hand up. And then they said going once, going twice, going 3 times, sold to Blanca. I just love it. Look at that. Healthy. Oh, let's see where her tag is. I could not find, like I said, I could not. Oh, there's another sheaf back here. Do you see it? It's real thick. So I believe she's going to bloom from there too. And she's got a few other ones that are dry, but I don't think they're going to bloom. She's got a light green one there, but it doesn't look like it may bloom. And there are some other brown. There are some other ones. I can't find them right now because I'm looking through the lens. But there's another green one back there, but it's pretty flat. Flat as a dime. I don't think anything's going to come out of that. And then there's a brown one right there too. Oh, let's get back to her name. I forgot. Here she is. It was going to be hard to see. Let me put it down and see if I can focus on it. My little yellow blooms here are still doing really good. I got these at from Palmer Orchids some time ago at the Florida West Suncoast Orchid Show, and look how pretty they are. They're still blooming. That's her name. Oh, let's get back to the tag. I get sidetracked easily. All right, let's see if I can zoom in on it, because really I could not find much information on her. Where is it at? Here. There it is. So I have a feeling that this is one of his. But I love it. It's very pretty. And look at this orchid, or not orchid. Isn't that pretty? Tislansia. It's doing really well. I got that in Tamiami. And you know what? Let me share this. It's not an orchid, but it's really pretty. Right here. Look at this. This is a Bougainvillea. And I saw this Bougainvillea a long time ago on Alberto's channel in Italy, but she's no longer making videos. And I found it on eBay and ordered it a few years ago. I ordered 2 because they were pretty reasonable, really cheap, but the other one didn't make it. Oh, look, it's got a baby in there. So when the mother dies, I guess this one will take over. And her tag is right here. Oh, let me put that back in there, somewhere in there. All right, and that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and again, happy Valentine's Day. Oh, wait, I'm back. Right when I was putting the tag back in, I noticed there's another name back here. But you know what? I looked that one up and I couldn't find any information on that either. Okay, I promise. Bye, everyone. That's the end of the video.